My name is JD Vance from the great state of Ohio.
Now at 5:30, one day after Republican vice presidential candidate JD Vance introduced himself to the country, we are taking a closer look tonight at the claims he made in his speech. And in just hours, his running mate, former President Donald Trump, is set to take the convention stage. It is the first time we'll hear from the former president since that assassination attempt Saturday. Thanks for sticking with us tonight at 5:30. I'm Andrew Kinsey.
And I'm Angela Ann. Today we learned Senator Vance will return to his hometown of Middletown on Monday. But tonight we are looking into some of the things Vance said at the RNC. 10 TV political reporter Doug Petcash joining us tonight in studio to verify what we heard here. Doug?
Well, Angela and Andrew, Ohioans might be familiar with JD Vance, but last night he had the chance to introduce himself to voters across the country. And now we verify the claims he made in front of the nation.
Vance began his speech talking about his upbringing in Ohio. He claimed that when he was growing up, then Senator Joe Biden supported several policies Vance says were harmful to communities like his. And he claimed former President Donald Trump opposed all those policies, specifically the North American Free Trade Agreement, or NAFTA, and the invasion of Iraq.
And somehow, a real estate developer from New York City by the name of Donald J. Trump was right on all of these issues while Biden was wrong.
We can verify it's true that Biden supported those policies while he was a senator. He voted yes on NAFTA and on the authorization for use of military force that became the legal basis for the Iraq War. But Vance's claim that Trump opposed those policies is misleading. It's true that Trump opposed NAFTA. He's on the record as one of the most prominent opponents of the trade deal at the time it was proposed. But Trump did not oppose the Iraq War. He was mostly ambivalent on it at the time. In 2002, before the war began, he actually expressed mild support for invading. Radio host Howard Stern asked, "Are you for invading Iraq?" And Trump replied, "Yeah, I guess so." In 2003, at the start of the war, Trump went back and forth, at one time calling the war a tremendous success before later calling it a mess. And in 2004, Trump was firmly opposed. But at this point, so were a majority of Americans, according to some polls. Vance also praised former President Trump for his handling of the economy while in office, crediting him for an historic increase in wages.
They stagnated for pretty much my entire life until President Donald J. Trump came along. Workers' wages went through the roof.
This claim needs context. It's true that during Trump's term, median inflation-adjusted earnings rose more rapidly than in any other presidential term since Vance was born. But that number is somewhat deceptive. When COVID hit, a lot of people were laid off, but layoffs mostly affected low-wage workers. Since there were now fewer people in the bottom wage tiers, the median wage got a boost.